I'll call the Committee on Small Business to order. Without objection, the Chair is authorized to declare the recess of the committee at any time. I now recognize myself for my opening statement. Welcome to today's hearing, which will focus on examining the Government Accountability Office recommendations for reducing mismanagement at the SBA. I'd like to start off by thanking our witnesses for joining us today. Thank you very much, and your attendance is greatly appreciated, and we value your input we will receive. The SBA was thrust into the national spotlight during the COVID-19 pandemic. They took an oversized role in the delivery of pandemic assistance when American entrepreneurs were in great need. Now that the pandemic is over, we have been seeing all the after-action reports on how the agency did during those stressful days. Unfortunately, the Inspector General and other government watchdogs discovered there were hundreds of billions of taxpayer dollars stolen by fraudsters. It became abundantly clear that this committee that the COVID-19 pandemic broke the SBA, and it's time to open the hood and fix what has failed American taxpayers. At the start of each Congress, the GAO releases a high-risk list of programs which significant problems that have high vulnerability to waste, fraud, abuse, and mismanagement. Unfortunately, the SBA still has many outstanding recommendations on this list that we're going to hear about in more detail this morning. It is imperative that this committee evaluates not just how the SBA handled the previous pandemic, but also what role they should play in the future. So given their poor track record with detecting fraud on the front end, I'm very skeptical that this agency should ever be charged with delivering such quantities of taxpayer dollars ever again. Additionally, since we were so much fraud that we saw that took place, I would hope that more of the GAO's recommendations would have been completed by now, since many of them discuss the integrity and the fraud controls within the programs. The SBA's inability to address the open GAO recommendations is a concern over its ability to aid our nation's job creators. And when businesses have operational issues, changes are quickly made to ensure it does not happen again. This same entrepreneur spirit does not seem to exist at this agency, which seems to be weighed down by slow-moving bureaucracy. So look no further than the agency's work for home policy. Even though the Biden administration has been pushing hard to get employees back in the offices, the SBA is still only utilizing around 10% of their office space. This is not only a slap in the face to small business owners that get dressed and go to work every day, but also undoubtedly reducing the quality of work from people who might be able to focus on walking their dog or doing laundry than helping an entrepreneur in need. It is my hope that today's conversation can point us in the right direction regarding what needs to change the SBA. Our committee's job is to be Main Street's voice at the table, and we will continue to do our best on their behalf. I now would like to recognize, once again, thank for our witnesses for being here with us, and I'm very much looking forward to our conversation. And with that, I yield to our distinguished ranking member from New York, Ms. Velasquez.